Hey team, so today I want to talk to you about our F.R.E Empire Roadmap booklet for you guys. As a new coach, I highly suggest you print this out if you haven't already. If you've gone through the new coach steps and or training, you've already printed this out. But I wanted to go through it with you guys today so you know what to expect when you're going through it. And that way everybody's on the same page. So I put mine in this kind of booklet. You don't have to print it out in color if you don't want to. I wanted to print the first one out in color because I think it's pretty. So I just put it in a little 3-ring binder like this. So the first page, let's see if I can get this situated. The first page is going to be just your info page. You're going to want to put in your coach ID number, what your website is that you send people, your sponsor's website or who your sponsor is, and then your sponsor's like coach ID number if you want, or telephone number maybe if you want that. You can fill that out as you want. I highly suggest though putting at least your coach ID number on here and your website so you know where you can always find those. So you always have those handy. The second page is your new coach checklist. This is going to go through basically what you need to do right away as a new coach, how to get started. Make sure you're active on Shakeology. Create your Team Beachbody profile on your Team Beachbody account. Be a product of the product. Get organized. Go through your welcome email. Book your first call with your sponsor. Log into and check your online office. Check in with your sponsor to join the new coach training, and then commit to listening to the national wake up call. So it's just basically a checklist to make sure that you know what to do to get started right away. Okay. The next couple, we're going to be talking about your goals. So the next two are talking about just your goals that you have for your life. They don't have to be all business goals. They don't have to all be fitness goals. Actually, they're each going to be broken into different type of goals. So financial goals, family goals, relationship goals. There's going to be a little bubble for each different section for your goals. This is something that you're going to want to talk with your mentor about after you get these filled out so you guys know where to go and where you want your business to go. So make sure you sit down and really think about, what kind of goals you have for your life. You can even put deadlines on them. Maybe you have some that are a year goal, maybe you have some that are 5-year goals. Just sit down and dream and set out your goals. So the next two are goal setting. The next one is your passions. So this is going to be how I like to say this is these are going to be like the 5 things you're posting about constantly on your social media. I know as coaches, we sometimes, especially as new coaches, we think like, oh, now I only can post about Beachbody and fitness. And that's totally not true. You want to make sure you're posting things that you are passionate about. So for me, for example, my 5 passions are my faith, my family, fitness, food, and freedom. So under freedom, that is when I'm posting about my coaching, information. Under fitness, that's when I'm posting about my fitness, my workouts and stuff like that. Yours are going to be different. Maybe you have a really big passion to educate people on just how to help your children eat healthy. Or maybe you have awesome child tips on how to raise awesome children. Or maybe you have what are you passionate about? Are you passionate about fashion or makeup? Or maybe you're super passionate about a certain nutrition lifestyle, like paleo or vegan or anything. It can be anything along any lines. It doesn't have to be health and fitness related. So there are some examples under here, but I want you to sit down and figure out what those 5 passions are, because those are the things you're going to want to be posting about on your Facebook, okay? Super important. The next page is your story. So this might take you a little bit to figure out what your story is, but right away you can start just writing down what got you into Beachbody, what got you into coaching, what made you want to get started. That's going to be the start of your story. Your story is always going to keep evolving over time. My story changes, and that doesn't change, but it keeps adding to as I keep going along this journey. So at least get started on your story. Maybe you've lost 100 pounds in the last 3 years. That's part of your story. Share, write that down. Write what got you started wanting to lose weight, what got you started in coaching, what made you interested, why. Just writing your story. So you can take as much, if you want to write it down, pen and paper, if you want to type it, if you want to create a video, whatever you want to do, just make sure you have your story written somewhere, okay? The next one is your ideal client. So this is super important to figure out who you want to work with. I know as a new coach, we kind of think we want to work and help everybody, which is awesome. But you can't help everybody. You can't. You'll just be worn thin. So sitting down and figure out who would be your perfect, your ideal customer client to work with. Who would that person be? Most of the time, it's going to be who you are or who you used to be. So just creating down, you know, like creating that person, that avatar of that ideal client. And you'll be surprised. Once you do this, you'll start attracting those types of people into your life, okay? So just be aware. Know who you want to work with. Know that type of person. And that way you can be looking for them when you're out talking to people. The next one is what your first month will look like. So here's the things we're going to be focusing on your first month. Success Club and hitting Emerald. Those are your first two goals for your first month if you are a business building coach, if you are a working coach. And this page just basically explains what those things are, okay? So it's just explaining what Success Club is and what Emerald is. This next page is kind of the same thing, but it's going to give you different bubbles. So you can write in here who your clients or customers are who are helping you hit Success Club every single month, okay? So you can either put, you can use this how you want to use it. If you want to put people off the top of your head that you think want to get started, or you could use this to put in here, like maybe you've already had like 3 people order a challenge pack from you, you can put that in here. You can use this however you want. It's just another diagram for you guys. And then the last big one, well, this next one is a good one, is our 100 name list. So this list is basically going to be what you start using to go through and reaching out to people. So you can use this. I know when I got started, I sat down and I went through my Facebook list and wrote down everybody's name. I didn't have a nice little thing like this. I just wrote it on a notebook and wrote down everybody's name, who I thought would be interested in losing weight, joining one of my challenge groups, who I thought would be amazing at coaching, who I thought would that I know was like a mom that wanted to be able to stay home. Anybody, write their name on this list. You want to make sure you get at least 100 people. And then that list, from that list, is who we're going to start reaching out to and reconnecting with, okay? So it doesn't mean that, oh, they're on this list, now I have to go invite them right away. No. Once they're on this list, it just gives you a list to use to work from. So you can go through that list and you can reconnect with those people. Hey, how are you? How's the baby doing? How's work going? I saw you went on vacation. Like just rebuilding those relationships with these people on this list. Okay? The next one is going to be an outline of what your month will look like. So if you are on our team page, which I hope you are, there's always going to be my personally sponsored group anyways, there's always going to be a monthly game plan of what my month looks like and that you guys can always be a part of too. So if you sit down and let's say the month is March, but you want to create it for April, sit down and create what you want your April month to look like. When are you going to start your challenge group? When do you want to hit Success Club by? When are you going to post about your challenge group? Or when are you going to post about you're wanting to join as a coach? Like you can just use this as a calendar to make sure that you know what you're doing throughout the month, okay? And I always post an example the month prior of what my month is going to look like with a video. So you guys will have access to that every single month to use as a reference. And then the next one is your monthly goals, okay? So this is something, if you want, you can print this out every single month and use it every single month. But we're going to use it for the next full month coming up. So what are your goals for the next month coming up? What are your income goals? What are your recruiting goals? What are Success Club goals? what are your personal development goals, and then just any other notes you have. So just making sure you have your goals set out for the next month. Okay, so the next section of this is basically trackers for you guys to help you know what you're supposed to be doing every single day and every single week. I think that's the hardest part as a new coach, is not knowing what you're doing, what to do. You want to sit down and you want to work your business, but you don't know what to do. And this section is going to help you with that, okay? The first section of this was basically goal setting, getting you organized, where you want to go, that kind of stuff. This is going to tell you what to do every single day, okay? So it's our trackers. So the first one is basically your 5-3-2 tracker, your daily tracker, what you need to be doing every single day. It might look overwhelming, but if you really look at it, it's very simple on what you should be doing every single day. It's broken down into, you can write the week of what you're doing every morning. Maybe every morning you have to go to work, and maybe you work every single morning. So your morning section is going to be work. You're at your day job. Maybe during the day you have a huge chunk of time when you're going to work your business, and maybe at night is your family time. So figure out what your day looks like for that day, and I would honestly, you guys, print off a few of these. Print off, like 7 of these for each week, each day of the week, if you want, to help you get started. So you have one for every single day. And just figure it out, what your day looks like, and you can just bubble check line if you've done all these things. And then it actually is going to tell you to make sure you did a couple posts for the day. What are 3 things you need to get done no matter what? Hopefully your 5-3-2, filling out this checklist, doing your power hour, all of those things are one. Doing that every single day is a non-negotiable and a no matter what. So that should always go in here. Your workout should always go in there. And then it's going to go through your coach power hour, basically explaining what you need to be doing every single day for your power hour. Check your online office. Check in with your training if you're in a training. Check in with your challenge group if you have a challenge group going on. Liking, commenting on different posts. Messaging 3 friends, messaging some people for encouragement, interacting with groups, and then check messages and answer messages. And then on the bottom, it's going to be what your actual 5-3-2 is. So this is what I do every single day. I go through and I reconnect with at least 5 new people. So reconnect with 5 new people. What? So that would be going to this list, your 100 names list, and going through it and reconnecting with 5 people on that list. And just saying, hey, how's it going? It's been a long time. How's your family? How was that vacation? How's your job? Whatever the case is, personalize it to each person and send 5 of those. The next one is going to be adding 5 new friends. So this is tricky. I know as a new coach it's a little bit tricky, but adding mutual friends who you have in common. I know during your new coach training, you will go through a video on how to add new people, new friends to your list. So you'll get a video on that. And then you're going to want to invite to your challenge group whenever you have a challenge group coming up, which you'll get information on how to do that too. And then how to invite, or you want to make sure you're inviting to coaching every single day. And you'll get examples on how to do that. So that's basically what your day looks like, okay? It might look like a lot, but once you get in the rhythm, in the routine of doing it, it will go by super fast. So that's what your day looks like. Here is, I think there's a weekly one, yes. Here is the weekly action, plan. And this basically is going to share with you guys what you should be doing and what should be done every single week. It's kind of just a brainstorming list too. It's going to tell you what to do every single week, like the National Wake Up Call, get on that, schedule posts, all that kind of stuff. But it's also going to give you areas to brain dump. What other goals do you want to get done this week? What other ideas do you have? What important events do you have coming up? What's going to be your main focus for the week? Okay, so this is going to help you plan out your week every single week. So print a couple of these off, especially for if you're getting set for the month, print 4 of these off for the month. And here is your monthly action plan, you guys. So we're breaking this down for you guys. It's so easy. We're breaking it all down for you every single month. So here's what your month should look like, the things that you should be getting done every single month. And it's exact same as the weekly, the things that you want to make sure you're doing, what other brain dump things do you want to get done, just ideas maybe, what's going to be your focus for the month, any other goals you have, you can use this to kind of brainstorm what you want your month to look like. And then the last, well, it's not the last one, but the last checklist type thing is basically your Coach Power Hour, which is, this is like your daily one, but if you're like me, you kind of like having it all like set up at once for the week. So this is basically your 532, your power hour for the whole week, looking at on one sheet of paper. So you're going to want to put the whole week date up here, like Monday through Sunday or whatever, and it's going to give you just a checklist of everything that you need to be doing every single day. So you can go through there. Each one of these would be a day. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just check through it to make sure you've done everything for that day. It's a checklist for you guys to make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing. But this is basically a breakdown. Our daily action plan that I just showed you guys is basically a breakdown of this for a day. So this is just your week, everything in 1 week. And then the last couple of things are just trackers for you guys to use for people you're talking to. So this is a tracker that you guys can use for people you are talking to about a challenge group. If you have people who ordered, you can use this to keep track of who your challengers are. You can write their name, what program they use, when they're starting, and just track if you're checking in with them every week, okay? So it's basically for you to help keep you organized. There's also going to be, I think this is not organized the way I want it. There's also a tracker for you guys to use for new friends you're adding to your network. So any new friends you add to your Facebook, you can write their names down here. Any new challenger prospects, anybody you talk to about a challenge group, if they said they're interested, they want more information, you can write their name down here so you always know who to follow up with. And then there's a coaching prospects tracker. So the same thing, whoever you invited to coaching, if they said yes, they're interested, you can write their name down on this one. And then the last one is going to be your coach list. So whenever you add a new coach to your team, you can write down what leg they're on, their name, their rank, and when you checked in with them last, you can use this however you want to use it, just to make sure that you know where your team is at. Okay, so that is basically what our Fit Republic Empire Coach Roadmap looks like. I hope you guys use this. I hope it's not too overwhelming. If it feels overwhelming, take it in chunks. You don't have to sit down and fill this out at one time, okay? Take a couple pages every single day and fill it out how you need to fill it out for your business. Remember, this is your business. It's not my business. It's your business. So use this how you want to use it for your business. But I highly suggest filling it all out and taking the time to do that so you know where you need to go in your business, okay? So I'll be talking to you guys soon, and I hope you're having a great day.